with this strategy, really there are 4 things that we're looking at. So number 1 is audience, right? So you want to make sure that you're targeting the right audience, that it's a high quality audience that you're targeting. And you also want to be consistently reaching out and adding new people, right? So that's number 1, is actually growing your audience. The growth is actually important because it warms up your algorithm. It makes it more you're more active on LinkedIn when you're doing that. It makes it more effective. So it's not just about having a bunch of connections. It's about being active and actively growing on LinkedIn. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that we want to do a monthly event that you don't necessarily have to host it on LinkedIn. Like, you don't need to have LinkedIn Live, but we're going to use LinkedIn's event page as like your registration page, right? And you could do this in conjunction with a registration page that you've got for, like, you know, your advertising on Facebook or something like that. You could have that as well, but I'll show you some stuff with the LinkedIn event page that are pretty cool. And here's another reason why you want to claim your business page, is that if your event is hosted through your business, then it's just like a registration page where you can collect emails and they can opt into your newsletter and all of that stuff. So, but if you do it through your personal profile, you can't do that. So it's got to be through your business page. So make sure you go claim your business page, and that looks pretty good too.
Cool. Now, Craig, does that integrate like with Keep by Infusionsoft?
In a way,
you sign in, you get the email addresses, so you want to move into your CRM system.
In a way, like LinkedIn does not automate, you know, it's not going to sync up with your Keep, but you can download a CSV file that then you can upload into Keep. Yeah. Okay. So yes and no.
But you
yes, but it's not automated. Yes, but it's not automated. Okay, and then so that was the first is your audience growth. Second was a monthly event. Third is conversations. We want to be focused on having real conversations with people. And then 4th is content, right? Yeah. So, you know, let's not dig. I think you've got a good handle on, you know, building audience and the content piece. Let's focus on the event piece and filling the masterclass. So if I share my screen again, and we go over to this one here, this is what a LinkedIn event looks like. And I just set this up yesterday. So I haven't started really advertising it. So you're going to see that there's not very many people registered for it. But you almost want to view this as like your profile again. What's the most important part? The title and the picture, right? Like those are the most important things. So if you look, I've got a nice colorful image with that captures your attention, also gives some authority because that's me speaking on stage, right? So that there's a lot of positioning here in terms of the picture itself. The title, very clear, compelling, how to create a LinkedIn lead gen engine, right? And then because I've got this structured around through a business profile, when somebody attends this event, it's just like they're registering for a webinar. So again, I don't have to host it here on LinkedIn. I can host it on Zoom or, you know, wherever you host your webinar or your masterclass. And right now, you can update it whenever. So right now I don't have a link there because if it's a really intimate crowd, maybe I'll do it on Zoom. If it's a big crowd, maybe I'll go use a webinar software that's a little bit bigger, right? Because if you put a lot of effort into this, you could get a couple hundred, even 1,000 plus people registered for this event. You know, if you give yourself enough lead time and you do enough outreach to fill it up, right? So right now I don't actually have the link up, but it's also a month away. So as it grows and as I get more people in there, I'll make a decision, where do I want to host it? And then a week before, a couple days before, I can put the link in and update everybody. Here's where it's going to be held.
So this would be a page that me as a person could come to. How do I opt in for it? I guess you can't opt in on
So I can't because I'm already there, right? So I can invite people, but which, by the way, you can invite up to 1,000 people a week from your contacts to join your webinar. So I could just go through and start clicking people, you know, up to 1,000 a week and invite them. So over the course of a month, you know, you can invite 4,000 people to your event through LinkedIn. And what's cool about this is that this actually doesn't show up in their inbox it shows up as a notification.
Cool.
So they'll get a little notification that says, hey, Sue is hosting a masterclass. Would you like to attend? And then they'll click here and they'll come to this page. And instead of invite, that button will say attend. And all they have to do, there's no box to fill in. There's no email opt-in. All they have to do is click that button and they're registered.
Oh, okay. So they don't put the email in. Okay, cool.
They just click the button and they're registered. Yep, that's it.
That's slick.
So, here is, you think about this as a landing page for your webinar, right? So here's a little, the about section is just like you would use for your landing page, your sales page on like, a website, right? Mm-hmm. So like I've got here, what is this all about? Here's some key takeaways. Here's, the bottom line statement, what you're going to get from attending this. And then, just to further sell and give context to why they'd want to register. And then also it gives you the opportunity to tag whoever's going to be speaking. So like if you and I were to co-host something, we could both be tagged here, like here are the speakers. Or if I was going to do a summit, right? And I've got like 6, 7, 10 people, I could put all the speakers here so that people can look at this and then go and explore each speaker on their personal profile and learn more about them. That's a really cool feature that you don't get, like on a landing page somewhere.
Love that.
Yeah. And then also, it's got the information about your business. So if they want to learn more about Brightworks training, they could go to my business page. That's
really cool, Craig, because what we're doing is we're getting ourselves in front of our audience again and again and again. And that's, that's what it takes, is that multiple exposures, which is really, that's an interesting way of doing it.
Okay. So what's the play here? How do you fill this up? Okay. So you've got this event. How do you fill it up? You got 2 kind of outlets here that you can do. So, and you can also do, you can drive leads here outside of LinkedIn, but if we're going to focus purely on LinkedIn, you have 2 major plays. Number 1 is messaging people, right? You're making new connections, you're getting to know people, you're starting conversations, invite them to your event, right? Say, hey, hey, so-and-so, I've got this event coming up, thought you'd be interested. Let me know if you want to attend. Here's the link for the information about it, right? Send it off to them. And then also every day or every week, we're doing that invite for the notifications. And if you send out, you can do up to 1,000 a week of those. So imagine you're sending like, 20 to 100 messages a week and 1,000 invites a week. Each week you're doing 100, 1,200 to 1,500 points of contact out into the LinkedIn marketplace. Even if a small percentage, 10%, 20% actually register, you could end up after 4 weeks at between 500 and 1,000 people registered for your event. And that's the play here. And because you did it underneath your business profile, all those people are good to put on your newsletter. You can export them, you can email them, you can follow up with them via LinkedIn. There's a lot of possibilities there once they've registered for the event.
I love this. This is really foundational information. It's great for myself, but it's also great for my clients.
Yeah. So the thing is, doing this, here's the problem. Doing this, it's going to take all of your time. It's going to take all of your time. Who has time to connect with 1,000, to send out 1,000 of those messages, to send out 20 messages a day? It's very difficult. So like, that's where working with someone like me comes in, because we can help you get in your account and do all of this stuff with you and make it so much easier. So that's the benefit of working with me and the Linked Leader program.
Yeah, the done for you services is absolutely the way to go, because you're right. No one has time for that.
Awesome.
And yeah, I love what you're doing. This is so exciting.
Well, thanks, Sue. Cool. We'll end there unless you have a question or comment or concern or joke.
A joke.
You're on the spot. We need a joke. No.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not going to do a joke.
Okay, I'm joking.
My brain has really gone off in the wrong direction right now. But no, right, I really love that. That's great. Thanks for sharing that with me.
You bet. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll talk soon.
Okay.